everyone. This video is the explanation of assignments about creating personal leadership plan part 2. In the part 2, we have 3 tables to finish. The first table of the part 2, the table 3, continue from the part 1. Table 3 is about blind spots and challenges. In the table 3, as we know from the courseware that if you want to be the inclusive leader, you should understand the unconscious challenges, right? So in the table 3, please describe any kind of unconscious challenge you used to experience, or you used to be in that situation, you used to be the witness of that situation. There are 3 unconscious challenges, right? Bias, stereotype, and otherness. Whatever, any kind of unconscious challenge you used to experience or you used to be in that situation, maybe it's from your friends or your family, is fine. So please provide the example of any kind of unconscious challenges that you used to experience or your friend, your family used to experience about the unconscious challenges. In the example used to experience is about the bias. Okay, what is that bias? I noticed that the only woman on my team who I know is very talented rarely speaks in meetings and no one asks her for her opinion and idea. What is it? This is the gender bias, right? So this is the bad experience about the bias. Okay, the second column is about the leadership attribute. This column is very easy. Just write the leadership attribute that you choose, that you write in table 1 into this column. Okay, in table 1 you choose empowerment and accountability. So just write the leadership attribute that you write in table 1. Just write it down. So in the example, in table 1, they write empowerment and accountability. So in this column is empowerment and accountability. The third column is about possible action in this context. Okay, leadership vision about possible action in this context, such as in the example you realize that in the team have the situation of gender bias. So what empowerment and accountability can improve the situation about this bias? Okay, in the example it said action for the week. I will ask this woman to describe her experience of the meeting and encourage her to speak up. When she does, I will actively listening and make sure she isn't interrupted. So you use empowerment and accountability attribute to let her speak out, let her involve and share her idea in the team, right? What is the action in the month that you can do? I will encourage my team to come up with a new structure or plan to make sure everyone has a chance to contribute and be listened to. So this is the example of the action that you can use the leadership attribute to get rid the bias, to help everyone reduce the bias that you explain in the first column of table 3. And same for the fourth column, you can ignore it. And the next table is table 4, each attribute and you. This is very easy. Just pick 2 attributes that you think you strong at it and 2 attributes that you think you need to improve, you need to exhibit more. So there are 4 attributes in each framework, right? Empowerment, accountability, courage, and humility. Which 2 attributes that you think you are good at it? Circle at the strong or highlight at strong. If any 2 of the attribute that you think it is the weak spot, you need to improve it more, you need to exhibit more. So highlight or circle in the word need to exhibit more. Example, myself, I think I have a good empowerment. So when I get some information, when I get some tasks, I assign to my team quite well. I try to improve my team. I try to invest in the team development. So I think I have a strong point in empowerment. So highlight above the word strong. Okay. And I think I have humility as well, because if anyone consult with me or any of my team have something to talk to me, I understand them, I willing to help them. So this is about humility. So for myself, I think I'm strong in empowerment and humility. And I think I should do better in accountability. I think the accountability is the attribute that I need to improve. So I highlight in the word need to exhibit more. And about courage as well. I think I need to improve. So I highlight above the word need to exhibit more. And that's it. This is the table 4. So the table 5 is about inclusive leadership in action. Identify top 2 each attribute you want to focus on developing. Okay? So choose 2 from 4 attribute. Attribute 1 is the attribute that you want to improve or focus immediately. And attribute 2 is the next attribute that you gonna improve or focus on next. You might select 2 attributes from table 1 or 2 that you write it down that the leader that you admire have it, such as in the example, they write empowerment and accountability. So the first attribute that you want to improve yourself, maybe empowerment, and the next one is accountability. Or you can pick the attribute from table 4, the attribute that you think it is your weak spot. Okay, it is the thing that you need to improve. It's up to you what the attribute you want to improve or you want to focus first. Maybe empowerment or accountability or courage or humility. But choose just only 2 attributes. Okay? In the example, it choose empowerment. The first attribute that they're gonna focus on first is empowerment. So what is your leadership vision about empowerment? What is the possible action about empowerment? Action for the week, action for the month. And the last column, you can skip it. Okay, that is the example. So choose 2 attributes and then write it down. What is the leadership vision about that attribute? What is the possible actions that you can do for a week or for a month? And the last column, you can skip it. Okay, so write it down 2 attributes. Maybe you can use the PDF file or you can use the Microsoft Word file. It's up to you. Okay.